Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we can all agree on one thing this evening. For all our differences, for all our disagreements, for all our arguments, each one of us in this room, in fact, every Indian I know, does believe that India is incredible. But I wonder how many of you remember who first coined both that phrase and that campaign. Since then, the man I'm about to introduce has been associated with some of the biggest India stories, from Make in India to Startup India. In fact, this incredible bureaucrat, whose journey from Incredible India to Make in India is something the country has been tracking, is, I think, our choice for Administrator of the Year. It is my pleasure to welcome on stage Amitabh Kant. Amitabh, sometimes, whether we're incredible or not, gets engulfed by a set of questions. It becomes primetime TV debate. You get all kinds of questions thrown at you. You find yourself in the headlines quite often. How do you assess the India story right now? We've got some of the biggest names from Startup India here in the room. A lot of people say it still takes too long to start up. It even takes longer to shut down. So even if somebody doesn't have a successful startup, the maze of bureaucracy does not even permit them to shut down in peace. What would be your message to some of the biggest names from the startup world and corporate India in this room today?
Well, the quality of entrepreneurship in India is really top class. And India is the only country which is combining unique technology, entrepreneurship, and skills to really leapfrog. I think we're the only country which has 1 billion mobiles. We're the only country with 1 billion biometric identity and about 200 million bank accounts. And I think this combination of Jam Trinity is really going to spur growth in many ways. And this is going to lift many millions above the poverty line. And these young Indians are going to do it. All these young startups are really going to be the change agents of India.
As a bureaucrat, when you hear that the bureaucracy, and you hear this a lot, the bureaucracy is the biggest obstacle to the India story, what would you say as a bureaucrat?
Well, I think we made India very complex and a very complicated and a very difficult place to do business in. We need to scrap a lot of rules, regulations we've built over the last 68 years. We need to make India the easiest and the simplest place to do business in. We need to allow all these young people to just flourish, glow, and blossom.
What's the one thing you want to change but haven't been able to?
Well, I think I've managed to do just about everything I've tried to do, despite all hurdles, you know. But I personally think that something which the government is really working on and focusing on is really to bring in predictability, consistency of policies. We need to grow at rate. We're growing at about 7.4%. We are an oasis of growth in the midst of a very, very barren economic landscape across the world. We need to accelerate our pace. We need to grow at 9 to 10%. And this really needs consistency, predictability, but more than anything else, it needs to be, we need to scrap a whole lot of rules, regulations, which the government is really, the Prime Minister has gone on record. We are really determined to do this in the coming years.
One of the things that people thought this government would scrap is the retrospective tax. That's still in place. GST isn't anywhere imminent. How difficult is the absence of one and the presence of one for you in the India story?
No, I think the GST is very critical. It's very important. I think the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister have both gone on record to say that retrospective taxes are something of the past. You're never going to see this again. But I think one very important thing which this government requires is the bankruptcy law. And the bankruptcy law is very important because young entrepreneurs, all these unicorns, for them to succeed, for any young entrepreneur to succeed, he must fail and fail and fail. And every single guy who's made it big, starting from Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, all of them have failed several times before they flourished. India doesn't have an exit mechanism. We need to make compliances very easy. Just don't allow them to fill forms. Just make it extremely simple for them to grow, but allow them to fail and then grow.
Okay, I know. Let's just take a question from one of the entrepreneurs here. Kunal Behl, where are you? I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Kunal, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I want to say that Mr. Kant has been probably the biggest supporter of the startup ecosystem that our country has ever seen. So I think a big round of applause for him from the startup community. Thank you very much, sir. I think the question I always have is, because he's so energetic, I always feel he should have become an entrepreneur. So the question I have is, if he were to start a company, what would he do?
Well, if I was born all over again, I'll never sit for the IAS, but I'll do a startup.
It's not too late.
I'm pretty sure.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
Well, you never know. I might just do it.
Amitabh, before we let you go, you are quite blunt and outspoken. You are on record as saying you don't think the government should ban beef exports. You've also said you're from Kerala, where people do eat beef. Beef has become such a lightning rod for the tolerance debate, for the incredible India debate, which you gave birth to. How do you see the beef politics today, for lack of a better phrase, and all that it represents?
Well, I believe we are in a democracy. We should allow people to decide what they want to say. We should allow people to decide what they want to eat. And
Including beef, if they want.
of course, there should be freedom of choice. You know, I said it in the context of the fact that I come from the Kerala cadre. My neighbor was a Nair. My right-hand neighbor was a Brahmin. They all ate beef. We all grew up growing beef in that state. So there should be freedom of choice. Everybody should be allowed to...
I think we can have a big round of applause for standing up for freedom.
And I think everybody should have the freedom to say what he wants, except when he's the brand ambassador of Incredible.
Oh, now I wish Amir was there to ask you some questions. Amitabh, thank you so much. Thank you very much.